Introducing LT Defense Tactical Gear, your ultimate solution for top-notch protection and performance in the field. Our armor bundles provide unmatched safety and comfort, while our battle belts and holsters ensure quick and easy access to your gear. Stay prepared for any situation with our high-quality medical supplies, designed to keep you ready for action at all times. Looking to enhance your skills? Our firearms training programs will take your proficiency to the next level. Trust LT Defense for all your tactical gear needs and gear up for success on the battlefield.
This entire military is one cohesive, dedicated force. And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Hey, the ones have it. It's the 11th of the 11th of the 11th of the ones of the ones. It's all these ones. Have you noticed that? You watch how MJ flips Veterans Day, which is sometimes people mourn up, into a very positive, very conscious awareness that everything in life is a purposely and consciously done with choices. And those choices have actions, right? So today is Veterans Day, and I am going to hopefully have quite a few people come on the show today and let us know why they chose the military, what they did, who they are, what position they held, and why it's so important to honor these people today. So happy Veterans Day. Yesterday was the birthday of our Marines. Happy birthday. Hoorah to our foot soldiers who are just beautiful. And here we go. Happy, what is that? Going to Kim's. Happy positive Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. I love you. So we might have a bunch of those going here today, but it's okay. Because that's why we're here. We're here to honor, we're here to validate, and we're here to be so much of a Templar to protect and restore justice and balance. And that's what we do. I might have to turn that fan off. That fan keeps pushing air my way. So let's dig in so we can get this through and we can get some vets on. Veterans Day always falls on November the 11th annually. So you can just stick it in your computer and it will be November the 11th every single year, no matter what day it falls on. It is also a federal holiday. The holiday's purpose is a celebration to honor Americans' veterans for their patriotism, the love of the country, and willingness to serve and to sacrifice for the common good. That is what Veterans Day is to me. That is what Veterans Day is for the holidays of the federal. So if you are out there and you have people, tell them thank you. That's all you got to do is just say thank you. It's roughly 2 million active military personnel and 18 million veterans across the country. The odds are you care about a veteran. You care about Veterans Day on a personal level. Whether somebody was a grandparent, a spouse, a friend, family member that was involved in the military, they're likely observing and honoring their hero today with honor, with grace, with humility. So if you see them on social media, go ahead, give them a shout out as well. So make the most of your Veterans Day and honor them. Just thank them and understand that they were the soldier for you. Some just can't take that uniform off when they come back, and that's the hard thing. It's almost like it's embedded, and it's almost, good morning, Mr. Bill Benetti. I know you're not on live, and God love him. He is 84, 85. He's a veteran. He served. He just came up on my system. He's not on this system, but thank you, Mr. Benetti. Veterans Day originated, I don't know if anybody knows this, but here's a little history about Veterans Day. It originated as Armistice Day, and that was the holiday commemorating November the 11th, 1918. Armistice at 11 a.m., hence the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. 11, 11, 11. The ones, this is where MJ's going to flip it. Look at all these 11s and the ones that are popping up. You're like, what? Really? November is the 11th month. The time of armistice was 11 a.m. And it was the 11th day of the 11th month. That suspended all active hostilities and effectively ended the First World War. So this is where Veterans Day comes from. In 1938, Armistice Day was established to remember the armistice, or the agreement that had been signed to make the end of World War I. It was officially recognized as a federal holiday in 1938, but it was still known as Armistice Day. Did you know that? Well, now you do. Guess what? In 1954, some almost 20 years later, it then became Veterans Day. Veterans Day still remains a federal holiday nationally, and it's also the state holiday recognized by 49 out of the 50 states of the United States. Did you hear what I said? 49 out of 50. There's only one state. Can anybody guess it? I'm gonna sit here on my comments and see if you can guess it. Do 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 do. Does anybody know the state who doesn't recognize Veterans Day in our United States? Okay, nobody's commenting. I'll help you out. It's Wisconsin. Wisconsin is literally our only day that doesn't get recognized as Veterans Day. Instead, it still celebrates it as Armistice Day, which is the original holiday anyway, which was called, it's officially and established in 1938. Wisconsin just doesn't believe in honoring anything else besides that as the treaty that helped solve our First World War I. So I'm giving you these numbers and these facts, because sometimes people don't understand Veterans Day, and sometimes they don't understand the difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day. And then sometimes they're like, wait, Veterans Day is just like all the time. I said, no, not really. I said, you're getting them construed. Veterans is for those who have served, whether they are still here or whether they have crossed serving and honoring for us. Whereas Memorial Day is just, who says how come? I don't know who that user is.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. That's an issue that StreamYard is.
I'm not sure how come. Whoever wrote how come, maybe it was about Wisconsin. It was a choice. I don't know if everybody knows this, but your state, your senators, your governors, your state representatives, they get to choose, just like daylight savings times, just like everything else. You vote within your state, and that has chosen to remain from the get-go. So, yeah, if that's what you're asking, maybe we can find out from the representatives of Wisconsin for our government and find out.
That computer.
I'm sorry?
Let me check the back computer.
Oh, maybe. Hi, Terry Lynch, Tracer Rounds Podcast. Good morning. Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to you as well. Hopefully some of you people will come on so we can honor you gracefully and respectfully out there. So I'm here's my twist. And I want you all to know, should I go there yet? Should I go with the twist of Veterans Day to show you how beautiful it could be? Or do we just keep talking? Oh, you already answered it, MJ. Okay, good. Thank you. Well, whoever you are, because we only see Facebook user. But anyway, so Veterans Day leads off just as an honoring. It's just like anything. If you have a federal holiday, think about your federal holidays, right? Most of your federal holidays come from an era of federal, like our 4th of July, right? That came because of us being the Republicans. So 1776, the bicentennial. So we claimed our statute or our state, right, in 1776 with the Boston Tea Parties and everything else. But if you actually look at a federal calendar, most of our federal calendars, because of an event, and most of the time they were either a traumatic event or an event that was explosive, and it becomes a federal holiday. The same as Veterans Day, right? Ending of World War I, that was huge. There was so much death. There was so much depletion and destruction. So that was really, really a big one for us to be noted for. And it really was the military. It was the military, the people of arms who the blood was shed. It's kind of like our Civil War, right? Our Spanish Wars, our Civil War, Korean War. I mean, they're still noted. They're still out there. We still honor them, especially at Arlington Cemetery. If you go to Arlington Cemetery on these occasions, there are so many different honorings that happen out there for the public. And that's like really cool within itself as well. So here you go. My sound guy, Jewel, he says, oops, I can't. What happened there?
I'll read it. I put, why does Wisconsin not recognize Veterans Day? And it wrote, the back computer says Wisconsin does recognize Veterans Day, but the way it's observed can vary. In Wisconsin, as in many states, Veterans Day is considered a federal holiday. Many schools, businesses, and government offices may choose whether to close or remain open. However, Wisconsin public, hold on a second. Wisconsin public schools are mandated by law to hold some form of education observance to honor veterans on this day. In some cases, Wisconsin might not seem to recognize Veterans Day as prominently because not all businesses close.
Right. So why they still look at it as Armistice Day? Well, we're still looking for that information. But as soon as we find it, we're going to get there. But I really think it has to do with voting. When you vote for your legislation, some of the states will have, what's the ones locally in your states are abortions or marijuana use, or should somebody remain in office, as a judge, or whatever your state does. I can only go by my brain here of Florida and Pennsylvania. But this is where it comes from. And maybe they just decided that they had one too many people die in World War I, and they were going to honor them that way. I don't know. Maybe plausible. Anything's plausible, right? In a world that has endless opportunities, everything's plausible. So we'll have to dig into that. That's a good one. But I found that information very intriguing, and I found it to where I really wanted people to understand Veterans Day. Where did it come from? Why do we have it? Where are the dates? What do the dates mean? How significant are these dates? Especially if you go back into numerology, which we're going to do. But before that, we're going to take a break. So we're going to take our first break. Of course, today is going to be all my favorite patriot songs that we have in here. First one, my boy, Mitch Rossell, Memoirs of a Soldier. This happens to a lot of us, especially those with PTSD, or come back somehow a little bit broken, but all those broken pieces are divinely together because it makes us who we are, and it makes us in a reality that we can flip any pattern as long as we have the stability for it and as long as we have that help for it. So if you're out there and you're listening to Military Broadcast Radio, please support them. Give a donation, because it is that veterans who has a voice, and it is those of us who are looking to help and sponsor and get the word out there for the rest of the vets. You're not alone. We love you, and that's what we're here for, to try to help. So go ahead and reach out to mbradio.us. You can go to Military Broadcast Radio, and there's a spot in there to help sponsor and support, especially here on Veterans Day. What an honor for some of these beautiful veteran DJs that you can learn a little bit about what they went through. It's a great show. I'm just here to help give support, and I'm MJ, and I'll be right back with the world of conscious positivity as we're going to go to Mitch Rossell.
Been home about 6 months now, and I still have my doubts. Well, I'm not sure how I got here or how I'm gonna get out. Well, my mama says I look the same as I did before I left, but if she could see inside of me, it would scare her to death. I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun, and I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run!" And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, got it weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. Well, they taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Last Saturday they honored us in a small parade downtown, and when they shot off those fireworks, I nearly hit the ground. And while they smiled and cheered for us, all I could do was stare, 'cause part of me is here at home, but part of me's back there. Well, I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun, and I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run!" And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, got it weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. They taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Yeah, there's no end in sight, 'cause even though I'm home now, I'm still fighting for my life. Well, I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun, and I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run!" And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, got it weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. Well, they taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Well, the devil's won some battles, and he may win some more, but don't he know the American soldier will always win the war?
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Yeah. So, that makes me tear up when I listen to him, because in the last couple of months, there has been things that, as much as you find that you're healed, and here I am, like I've done numerous things into studies to balance who I am, what I do. And I have a lot of tools, as Miss Kim says, you have arrows in your quiver that you can pull as your tools. But yet there are still things that upset me. And we call that Homsaka-san. So if it upsets me, right, we have to go back in. We have to tap. We have to breathe through it. So when I watch Herb Rosell, this particular song, I actually made the comment. There are sometimes I feel like I'm putting that uniform back on. Like I feel that, whether it be for my sister, whether it be for my family, whether it be for my friends, whether I feel for the underdog, somewhere in me still resides that soldier that you can't. And that's one of the most important lessons here today on Veterans Day is know these veterans, they've gone through a lot. I mean, some of these images that you see, can you imagine being fired at? Can you imagine laying in a trench? Can you imagine being blown up? Can you imagine just what that is happening? And it's for everybody. It's for our country, right? I understand two egoic high ends, right, want to go at it, and then we're the underdogs and we have to do, it's the command. It's just the chain. It's been like that on Earth our whole life, even from cavemen, right? So we have to honor it. We have to. And those people who are disappointed with the wars and they want peace and they want this, unfortunately, we have to get to the people at the top not to have the war. I mean, that's where it's at. But if not, then we as the Templars, or we as the soldiers, or we as those beings like Mitch, you got some very powerful, very healing people and very honorable people. And I'm so thankful they're my brothers and sisters of arms. And I will call them out every time. So that song always gets to me in a way where it's just amazing. So we're going to go back now. Here's the twisting, the plot of the twist. All these ones. Remember I said, look at all these ones. It's the 11th hour, the 11th day of the 11th month, 11111. In numerology, just hear me out. The number 1 is considered God's number and represents the singletary of everything that is alive. When we repeat it like 11, right, which 11, if there's anybody out there, that is always a master number. And then you have triple ones, 111, which is then in good faith at the angels to be called in. And then you have 1111, which is like, woo, that's the spiritual phenomena. Because in that aspect, right, spiritualists call this event the 1111 phenomena, which is today. It happened at midnight. And you are in the 1111 portal, whether you like it or not. And every year, the Veterans Day is the 1111 portal. And then when you see that number, and you watch how many times today you watch the number 1 pop up, whether it be 111, whether it be 1111, whether it be what, it doesn't matter. Watch how many times you see the ones pop up today in our life and how important those are. Seeing the number evokes the feeling of significance because it mirrors of twin numbers. And in numerology attacks with such great importance with that to that number 11 in particular, because it represents a new beginning, a start of a new phase of our life. And then it also is the immense of positive energetic events. So the 1111 manifestation portal occurs on November the 11th. Sound familiar? Every year. According to Norma, and then when you add the 11th hour of the 11th minute, Now we're getting somewhere, right? It's an amazing thing. It is like, I don't know, it just feels yummy. I understand Armistice Day and I understand Veterans Day, which some of us could be very sorrowful, but it also stands for God's life. How could that not be joyful? How could that not be relevant to Veterans Day 11/11? That number, in accordance with numerology, it is a special day when the data lines in perfect mnemonic harmony. It opens up a powerful doorway for spiritual growth and to connecting in the vibrations of our universe of Father, Mother, God. It's a cosmic event that helps us to connect more deeply into your truer self of who you are. You veterans out there, connect. This is your day. The 11/11 portal. It is your day to connect. It is your day to relish and that beautiful energy of being in God's life. You are that. You are God, right? You are. You and that soul of yours was created by the universal energy of God. And so this, I love it, that Veterans Day is on 11/11 portal. So some people who don't care for the veterans are still using that 11/11 portal. But as veterans, it just amplifies our energy. It just amplifies us into such brilliant, such love, such peace, and so much admiration. So let's dig in. I want to read you something. So I got a little teleprompter now, and now I can read this and it's very clear. So I want you to know, what is it of 11, 11, 11, 6 ones in a row? The resulting number is a 6. It's an important time to nurture yourself on all levels. Eating healthy food, drinking ample water, and sleeping well will assist you to maintain a healthy body. Creating a peaceful ambiance will also nourish your soul. The angels recommend bringing harmony to your environment with beautiful flowers, music, and crystals. Your angel number contains a mirrored number sequence. You have to pay very great attention to this number as it calls for deep introspect on this message. Your angel power word today is light workers. As a Templar, you are a light worker. You bring balance, you bring harmony, you bring love, you bring peace, you bring protection, honorably, without any hesitation. That is so beautiful how this all lines up. You have to believe in numbers. You have to believe in astrology. You have to believe that our universe is connected in more ways than you can ever imagine. And we can't be egotistical or arrogant enough to believe that we are the only things here in this life or in this system, right? This goes on. Your angel number also contains the number 111. So if you see 111 today, this number is being presented to you as a powerful angel sign and calling for you to energetically align yourself with your life purpose. If you remember back on my very first episode, I called you all beautiful warriors and Templars, and I said you have a life purpose and a soul purpose. You go back and listen to it. But how amazing this comes back, right? Here you go. We are on Veterans Day, the 11/11 portal on the 11th month, the 11th day, the 11th hour, and the 11th minute. Makes you think, right? Makes you just want to stand in that energy circle and just be amazing because it's a life purpose. And now we know as Veterans Day why everything is connected so beautifully. Yeah. Anyway, you've been called to a show, the way for others in the world. The angels would keep showing you this number sign repetitively as a reminder, and they won't let you go. The number is repeated twice in this, so that message amplifies by 20% when you activate it. Your angel number also contains the number 11. I told you in the beginning, number 11 just is a master number. It is one of the most beautiful numbers there is. And the master number is because it refers to the equality of male and female energies. I'm going to say it again. The number 11 is a master number, and it refers to the equality of male and female energies. It's the yin yang of everything, which is why it's a master number. There's plenty of master numbers, 11, 22, 33, 44. But today we're focusing on 11 because the ones today in our system of God's life is just an amazing process that they chose Armistice Veterans Day as the 11/11/11 portal. It is so uncanny that I didn't see this before, but I see it today. And I'm hoping I can get that information out to everybody. So as being just the master number 11, the angels ask that you reflect on your life and just make the changes that will bring your harmony and balance to you. You can't be scared of those changes because, as we all know, when God closes the door, he opens up that window. If you are here as a veteran and you were on that front line, God saved you, right? He protected you. And you're here because of that. Think about that. How many bullets ripped beside you? Look at that from Mitch Rossell. How many bullets ripped through beside him? And just that little clip, the fear, the anxiety, the adrenaline rush. It's all there. And to come out with flying colors and come out to be alive and present and know you've done that as a Templar, as a warrior. My gosh, everybody deserves a medal. You really do. And I hope that your family and your friends and your county and wherever your parades are today, they're honoring you and you're in it on those floats and you're in it waving with joy and you have that smile on your face knowing what a successor that you were. So that 11, it refers to your work, rest and play, feels your emotions and your thoughts, your spiritual grounding, and it's time to balance your scales. It's time that we come right back and understand where we're all at. This number also is repeated 3 times in this message. And so that number is amplified now by 30. See how it keeps increasing? And then finally, we have the 4, the 1111, which is what they call the 1111 portal, which I find ironic that 1111 and you have the year 2024. So not only do you have this beautiful opening 1111 portal, but now you have the 2024 was this infinite. It's an 8. So that line, if you actually add everything together, would be 48, which then becomes what? 8 and 12. 8, what is that? 12? 12 becomes the 3 back to the trilogy. Mind, body, soul. Or the other trilogies are what? What are the other trilogies? Anybody know out there? For those who have a little bit of a religional background. Yeah. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Yeah. You also have Trimurti in the Hindu, the 3, Brahma, Rama, and Hama. Right? It just keeps going. And everywhere we look, there's always a trilogy. So let's go to the 1111 portal. Powerful confirmation that all light workers, remember I told you, being a Veterans Day on 11/11 creates that atmosphere. The Templars were the light workers. They were the ones to help balance, to help protect, right? So it's a powerful confirmation to light workers, reflective, thoughtful, and intuitive souls that you're on the right track. One of the aligned with the highest of truth that you can hold. You give thanks when you see the angel number and you keep positive as energetic doorways are going to open for you. Know it's the truth. Knowing it is manifesting it. Manifesting it is your imagination center, your will center, your faith center. It is all there. Use it. You have 12 mind power centers of your physical body. Most people don't even realize that. And they work in conjunctively with 144 chakras of your body. When you combine the physical and the metaphysical, the world is yours at large. Everything from life purpose to soul purpose is your library. It's there. But you got to get there. You got to connect the dots, right? You'll get there. Give thanks when you see the angel number 1111. It keeps us positive as energetic doorways are going to be opening for you very soon. Every time you notice this number, see it as a reminder of your close connection to the angelic realm, and you make a wish. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. Happy Veterans Day. I don't know who you guys are. StreamYard is not allowing my Facebook users. In the Weeds podcast is always there. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, it's something to think about. 1111. From being a master number to being a major portal and to actually fulfill the prophecy, right? From all the way from the get-go, in number 1, when we said, back into numerology 1. It's God's number. Whew. Is everybody getting chills on that? It's really good morning. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you. Again, I don't know who you are. Maybe we can start signing the names since StreamYard's not showing us. I have a lot of affirmations, and then we're going to start bringing some veterans on and talking with them if they're awake, because most of them are on the West Coast that I know. But let's see if we can't get them on. And after we come back from break, we're going to go back to break here for a second, and then let's do a Soldier's Prayer by John Michael. I think that would be a beautiful one to play today. You're listening to mbradio.us, Military Broadcast Radio. It is giving veterans a voice. Today is a beautiful day to help sponsor these veterans. If you're looking to figure out where to help donate, not politics, you're helping a veteran establish their life without the military. You're helping them be that voice. You're helping them exist in a world of balance and a voice that they can tell people what they went through so you can understand them and be a little bit more kinder to those, right? We leave no man out. And that's what I love about MBR. No man is ever left. So listen to MJ with the world of conscious positive thinking. And we're going to go here to John Michael, A Soldier's Prayer. We'll see you in a minute.
60 years went rolling by. It was here we said goodbye. The war was brewing, it was extreme. We were only teens. I knew the day I died, all alone, my brand new bride. Our favorite song would be a sign I'd be back in time. So raise a flag with pride and grace. I seen the pain on a soldier's face. Bring me home, both sides say I'm a soldier of the USA. You weren't alone all these years. Seen you cry, I know your tears. You raised our child and a family, all without me. You've done well with your life, lots of friends by your side. I heard a nightly secret prayer, I was always there. So raise a flag with pride and grace. I seen the pain on a soldier's face. Bring me home, both sides say I'm a soldier of the USA. Now it's time, my lovely wife, to bring you home. Say goodnight. Close your eyes to our favorite song. Can you see me now? Can you see me now? One day we'll come back in time for those we leave behind. But for now, we'll watch them grow. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home.
In the proud spirit of America and in the proud spirit of our great country,
Just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your
Today we gather to honor the men and women who've served in our armed forces. We celebrate their courage, their resilience, and their sacrifices they've made so that we can stand here in freedom. Veterans Day is a day of gratitude, yes, but it should also be a call to action. Because honoring veterans is just about remembering their service. It's about truly listening to their stories. It's about giving them a voice, not just a day of thanks, but a platform, a mic, and a listening ear every single day. For too long, veterans have come home from battles on foreign soil, only to face silence here. They've returned to a society that says thank you, but often doesn't know how to truly engage with them. But we can change that right here, right now. You see, when you hand a veteran the mic, you're giving them something beyond words. You're giving them a connection, purpose, and the space to share what it means to serve, to sacrifice, and to rebuild. You're giving them the chance to turn their thoughts, sometimes haunted and heavy, into words that cannot heal. Because when veterans speak, they don't tell their own stories. They speak for others who might be willing, struggling, in silence. A voice isn't just a sound, it's a lifeline. And when we give veterans that voice, when we make space for their perspectives in our communities and conversations, we're not just honoring their past, we're strengthening their future. When a veteran shares their story, they're not just reliving their past, they're reshaping their future one word at a time. So today I challenge each of us to give a veteran in our lives the chance to share. Listen, to not just reply, but to understand. Let their words sink in and be transformed by their experiences. Because a veteran with a voice is a veteran with power. Power to lead, to heal, and to inspire change. Let's give our veterans more than our thanks. Let's give them the mic, the platform, and our commitment to listen, because then they talk. We all grow. Thank you.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
I will figure out this sooner or later, where you won't see my stupid expressions every time we go to commercial. I'm getting there. Anyway, so welcome back. Today is Veterans Day. We are honoring all, and we are also honoring the day that is the portal. It's the 1111 portal, and we are honoring that as well on Veterans Day, which is just an uncanny, beautiful semblance, and why I never knew it and didn't put two and two together until now. I have no idea. And there you go. Maybe because I kept my spiritual life and my personal life like out of it, right? Two different ways, two completely different. One of the podcasts I was on said, how can you possibly be military but be a spiritualist? That was a hard question back then. And I said, well, why can't I be? Why can't, as a veteran, I believe in God. I believe in Father, Mother, God, or I can have a light worker's approach, especially since the Templars were all light workers, right? Our archangels and our Templars. So it's kind of funny how our brains interpret, right, into positive or into negative. So think about that. Just like I said, this is the best day to ponder and manifest. It is a beautiful 1111 portal to have beautiful beginnings and abundance of what it is. So meditate on that, manifest on that, use your mind power centers, and Let's do this. I saw that some people came in when that was going. Thank you for yes, thank you for all the service to all the veterans out there. Thank you. And Angie D, this is beautiful. MJ, happy Veterans Day. Thanks for your service, 1111. Thank you, Angie. Very, very thankful for everybody out here. So I found some quotes, and I thought what would be fun, especially who is ever listening out there, if you could put the quote to the person who said it. Some of these are very famous people, poeters, or placements, political powers. So let's see if we can't figure some of these out. So the first affirmation that was spoken, we're going way back. I'll give you that clue. It says, honor to the soldier and sailor everywhere who bravely bears his country's cause. Quote, unquote. Can anybody guess who that was? Anybody out there? That was our beautiful President Abraham Lincoln, who stated, honor to the soldier and sailor everywhere who bravely bears his country's cause. It's beautiful. So we're going to go to the next one. For the veteran, thank you for bravely doing what you're called to do so we can safely do what we're free to do. Now that one's not fair. That's an unknown, but it's just a beautiful affirmation for people out there for Veterans Day. For the veteran, thank you for your bravely doing what you're called to do so that we can safely do what we're free to do. That's absolutely awesome. Then the next one that we have, yes, you can call in. Thanks, Joel. So if you want to call in and answer these, or you're a veteran, please call in. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from all the veterans today, and because I want your voice to be out there. I want it to be your voice. So don't be shy. There's a lot of people who like to post on here, but don't be shy. Call in because we want to hear from you. Here's another unknown. Freedom is never free. How many times have we heard that one, right? Freedom is not free, right? Especially when somebody stood and is no longer with us, right? So it's never free. The land of the free and the home of the brave. Now, come on. Everybody has to know that one out there. Come on. Who is it? The land of the free and home of the brave. It's in a song.
Do I have permission to use the back computer?
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, can you see? Come on. The land of the free and home of the brave. It's a song. Come on. Come on, Joel. You know this.
Oh, that's Scott Key.
Yes, that's it. That's it. I'm the queen of Trivial Pursuit, if anybody wants to know. I'm the queen of useless knowledge.
If I knew that, I would have nominated you for Jeopardy.
Yeah, no, I'm not that smart. No. So that's a good one. So here's another beautiful one. This person has passed, but very prominent figure. Never was so much owed by so many to so few. I'm going to read that again. Never was so much owed by so many to so few. That was a beautiful, he wrote that in his book. That's Winston Churchill. Never was so much owed by so many to so few. That's just beautiful. Then we have another one. I don't know who this guy is, but I found it and I really liked it. It says, fallen heroes represent the character of a nation who has a long history of patriotism and honor. I'm going to read it again. Fallen heroes represent the character of a nation who has a long history of patriotism and honor. Michael N. Castle. Does anybody out there know? Do you know, Joel, who he is? Michael N. Castle?
No clue.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing, though. Hope somebody out there is writing these because some of these affirmations are incredibly beautiful. Another one for Veterans Day. If you see any of the veterans, speak to them, and that would be great. So here's another one. There is nothing nobler than risking your life for your country. That's Nick Lampson. There is nothing nobler than risking your life for your country. In case you get stuck on writing cards, veterans cards, here's some things that you can write. And these are beautiful. I wanted to say them because I think that these are so inspirational as a veteran, inspirational for those who know veterans or lost those in protecting our country, protecting us. So here, this one's unknown. We don't know them all, but we owe them all. Right? Think about that as thanks and honoring with humility and grace. We don't know them all, but we owe them all. This nation will remain the land of the free, only so long as it is the home of the brave. I think this guy use the bat channel there. Elmer Davis. I think he was
Davis.
Elmer, like Elmer Fudd.
Okay.
Elmer.
I'm on it.
Yeah, Elmer Davis. I think he was in part of the collections on Capitol Hill there. The nation will remain the land of the free, only so long as it is the home of the brave.
So I have his information brought up. Ooh,
nice.
He was a broadcaster also.
Look at that. You don't say.
Broadcaster career, 1939, Davis transitioned to radio broadcast and joining CBS News as a news analyst. His evening news and commentary program affected an audience of approximately 12.5 million listeners, establishing him as a trusted voice in American households. His clear and direct report style resonated with public during tumultuous period leading up to World War II.
Thank you, Elmer. God rest your soul, right? Started us in broadcasting. I love it. Gave word to the veterans. This nation will remain the land of the free, only so as long as it is the home of the brave. Thank you, Elmer. May you rest in peace. So the next one is by our fearless leader. One of them in the last 20 years. Our nation owes a debt to its fallen heroes that we can never fully repay, but we can honor their sacrifice, and we must. What president in the last 20 years said that? Anybody? Come on.
Obama?
Yes. Wow, Jewel. Look at you. I'm liking it. Look at you.
Purely guesses.
Well, it was a chance of 4. I have 4 to pick from. Okay. So that's awesome. So this one is by a first lady. Freedom makes a huge requirement of every human being. With freedom comes responsibility. Any guesses on that one? Freedom makes a huge requirement of every human being. With freedom comes responsibility. That was through a draft. I'll give you that much. Eleanor
Roosevelt.
There you go. Yep. One of our first ladies. Then we have Daniel Webster. Does anybody know who Daniel Webster is? Webster Dictionary, maybe? Their remembrance be as lasting as the land they honored. Daniel Webster. These are beautiful. Is anybody are they touching anybody? Is there any particular one that's out there is touching anybody? Because to me, these are things that are inspirational that you would put on memes or put on your Facebook or put on your stories today. One flag, one land, one heart, one hand, one nation, evermore. Oliver Wendell Holmes. One flag, one land, one heart, one hand, one nation, evermore. Oliver Wendell Holmes. That's beautiful. So, okay. Here's a favored by a lot of people. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
John F. Kennedy.
There you go. Very famous. I think that's even quoted in Washington DC quite a bit. Quite a bit. Without heroes, we are all plain people and don't know how far we can go. Bernard Malamud, Malamud, Bernard Malamud. I do not know who that is, but I like it. Without heroes, we are all plain people and don't know how far we can go. That is because we don't believe in ourselves, right? That one, every time I read it, I'm like, wow, there's no self-love here, right? Bernard, we need to come back into our self-love and understand that we are all one. We're not just plain people. We're all one. And then we have, this country has not seen and probably will never know the true level of sacrifice to our veterans. That's Thomas M. Smith. I'm going to read that one. This country has not seen and probably will never know the true level of sacrifice of our veterans. So I'm going to dig into that one. That one, most people will say the sacrifice where it's their life. But the sacrifice that most of these people make to be without their family, their friends, their home, and any type of organized establishment in the common private sectors of life, when you come out of the military, it's really hard to go back into our civil environment because our duties are not going to be the same. Our learnings are not going to be the same. So our placement that we went into the military, if it doesn't jive on the outside, then this is where our veterans need help. This is this station here, MBR. It gives the veterans a voice. It helps them. These shows talk about money when you come out, talk about balancing as you come out, talking about how to sustain as you come out. It's a different world. And the people who are already living in the world don't understand how somebody in the military can't go back in. Because what you see, what you hear, how you gauged your life and what your routine was is no longer existence. So for the sacrifice of our veterans, Mr. Thomas Smith, it's a sacrifice all the way around, not just in death. It's a sacrifice for us not to live the normality of most people, right? But it's a choice as well. Don't forget, we have all made the choice, and we have all made the choice for every one of us, every one of our family, our friends, to protect our country, right? Sometimes it's hard to swallow. I've lost uncles. I've lost people in the military. I've watched death in the military. It's hard. It is very hard. But then when you understand that life purpose has a beginning and an ending, and choices and reactions to those choices, we can become very complacent, very peaceful, and honorable. But we have to remember to be kind. You don't know the suffrage that one had. You don't know the reactions that they can't get out of their head. Imagine as a child that you went through some type of trauma or some type of event, maybe a car accident. Maybe you fell down the steps as a child. Maybe you broke a bone as a child. These are trauma events for you, right? Can you imagine now, if they're trauma events for you, what it was like to have bullets ripping through and hearing it by your ear, hearing it by your side, watching your battle buddy get hit. That's hard. This is why we celebrate Veterans Day. We honor these people who sacrificed and now has to live with the mental awareness of that trauma on a daily basis. So the only thing I'm asking is to be kind. And that's just not for veterans. You know, they should have a veterans and first responders, because your police, your firefighters, your first responders, these people, they go to the trenches for you as well. But they do it more like in body. They don't do it out of the country. They're here. The last one that I'm going to read is how important it is for us to recognize and celebrate our heroes and our sheroes. Maya Angelou. I'm going to read that one. How important it is for us to recognize and celebrate our heroes and sheroes. So I love how Maya broke it up to the he and the she, not having one without the other. I believe heroes is stated as a masculine and feminine, but she wanted to be very prominent in hers for the feminine energy. October was the month of breast cancer, right? The women had their breast cancer month, and everybody honors it because it is a tragic disease. So Maya is establishing her, masculine and feminine energies in this 1111 portal. She's balancing that yin yang energy. See how Maya just went right back into that numerology to balance? Because the 1111, the portal, is the yin yang. The triple 11s is also that feminine balance as well. So that is awesome. I'm absolutely in love that these quotes have come up. But I want to hear now from my veterans, from my family. So if you guys are out there listening, let's do this. Joel, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I guess I can be the victim first.
Yay, the victim. I promise I'll take it easy on you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So Joel is not only the voice of MBR, he established this beautiful station for the veterans, and he has just not stopped. He believes in what he does. He's the service for others, and he needs to be recognized. Of all of us here on Military Broadcast Radio, or on every veteran organization out there in Colorado. I understand that there was some Dunkin' Donuts brought in today, a Cup of Joe into the studio. So Dunkin' Donuts, we honor you. LT Tactical, we honor you. What is it? Jersey Mike's is another one. We honor you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For putting us out there, putting our name out there. So I don't see Joel. Joel, you're not going to come up and show everybody your beautiful face?
I would have to change the camera.
Oh, okay. So let's start. Who are you?
I am Joel Hunt, also known as H here on MBR.
And your service dates were?
I was in the Army from 98 and retired in 2007.
Very nice. Have you ever heard the John Prine song? I was in the Army, but I never dug a trench. I used to bust my knuckles on a monkey's wrench. Did you ever hear that song?
No, I've never heard of that song.
Well, we're going to play John. I'm going to give you the John Prine song for the Army. So what was your job in the Army, Joel?
I was a combat engineer. I blew stuff up.
Ooh. That had to be rough. Thank you. That had to be rough on you, not knowing what you were blowing up. Or did you know? Did they tell you? Or
No. And there were a lot of times that EOD didn't show up, so we had to shoot that thing with a 50 cal or a 240 to try to explode. But it hardly ever exploded when you shot at it. But they were like, "Oh, shoot at it, okay,"
Target practice. Here we go.
Yeah.
So can I ask, what was your intention when you went into the service? What made you say, yep, you woke up one morning and you put your boots on?
When I went in before 9/11 happened and all that stuff. When I went in, I think it was being scared of the unknown. Like, I was in high school. Everybody was getting these, college, welcome packets, and I wasn't getting anything. And, I remember going to a friend's house. He worked at Chi-Chi's. If you remember that's a long time ago. That shows my age. He worked at Chi-Chi's, and we went in there, and he had just graduated, and I was just going over there just to have a good old time. And I went in there in his house, and he had lawn furniture as furniture. And I started getting scared, and I'm like, wow, I don't want to be at that time, I didn't want to be a 21-year-old reject living at home. So I'm like, oh boy. Okay. So I joined the military, and, because my dad kept telling me, you join the military, they'll take care of you. They'll take care of you. My dad never told me that he was in the military. He just kept inspiring me. Hey, you need to go in the military, blah, blah, blah. He never talked about it. We never celebrated Veterans Day. You know, it wasn't popular back then as it is kind of today. And I was really upset when I found out when I went to basic that he was drafted. I'm like, wow, you was drafted and you didn't even tell me. But as I grew older, I kind of understood, you know, just because you drafted, it doesn't matter. You know, you still fought. You know, that didn't go AWOL or anything. And it looks like Trucker Mouth is here so that he can tell you what it means to him for Veterans Day too. So after I get done here, I'll bring him up and
nice,
and we'll have him. But you know, I did the poem, but you know, I wanted everybody before I leave, MJ, wanted everybody to understand that, you know, one of the reasons why veterans, you know, some veterans say just thank you or, you know, never forget. And there's some veterans that get upset. And the reason why some veterans get upset when you say, you know, thank you for your service, happy Veterans Day, is because it's not happy, because there's a lot of things that are going on right now. You know, they're not taking care of veterans, you know. The VA can only do so much. And when people sit there and say, you know, happy Veterans Day, it's almost like it's cliche. It's almost like it's, you know, when you go to somebody on the sidewalk, hey, what's up? You know, we don't really want to know what's up. It's just something that you say. And this Veterans Day, you know, show a veteran something, you know, instead of saying thank you for your service, buy them a cup of coffee. Call them, talk to them for 15 minutes. You don't have to spend money, but quit saying thank you for your service and prove it. Talk to them, see how they're doing, see how, you know, what's on their mind. That's what I challenge everybody to do. Instead of thanking them for your service, just talk to them. See how they're doing. See if there's anything that they can do to make your day a little bit more comfortable. That's what I challenge everybody to do.
So a lot of people don't, in my opinion, they don't know how to address it, and they're uncomfortable with addressing it. And so the acknowledgement is blessed and fortified in honor with grace and humility. It is clichéic. Is it happy? No, it's not. It's a thankfulness. It's an honoring. And it is worth them thanking you. I mean, Jewel, you came out, you know, I have the other questions I have. What was the hardest moment for you while you were in the military?
I think the hardest thing for me coming out of the military was, as a man, swallowing up my pride and asking for help, because, you know, I was in a wheelchair for quite some time, and it was really hard trying to get people, asking people to help me.
Yeah.
And, you know, that people don't understand, for you to put yourself out there saying, hey, you know, like yesterday, I put myself out there and sent a message out to Roadcaster asking them if they would donate, you know, a bunch of bundles for the veterans here on this platform. And, you know, I was like, my anxiety was really high when I was doing that, because whenever you put yourself out there, you're always subject to like trolls or people, you know, hey, you know, why are you doing that? Why are you begging? Blah, blah, blah. So, you know, to put yourself out there, that's one thing. But that's the hardest thing.
Know, Joel, then, okay. So one of the things that we're going to flip for you is you're doing it not for yourself. You're doing it for others. Your service to others. Most people in the military are service to others. So what they say back to you, there's that smile to the ego going, well, thank you. Right? Because they don't even understand. Don't allow somebody to take away your thunder. That's your mission. That's your purpose. And we know that's your purpose, and we're backing you. So when you have people, or what you call trolls, or you call people who are underlining, and there are people out there who doesn't like anything about the military, and that's fine. It's on them. I always remind them, I hope you're enjoying the ground that you're standing on. I hope you're enjoying the air that you're breathing. And I hope you're enjoying the health that you are and the freedom that you have to make those statements. And then I smile and we turn around and we leave, because there's some people who will never get it. And that's really unfortunate, because the amount of work that you do for the veterans and the people who are not even on this radio station, you constantly are promoting and helping to find missing AOLs or, people who in the military just go missing, and you're always promoting it. You are look at Trace around. We love you, Jewel. Absolutely. She has it right.
Well,
Jewel,
I love you guys too. I'm going to get off here. This is turning out to be like a pep rally. And
I don't want it to be a pep rally, but I have some more questions I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to do Trucker Mouth too.
Okay.
Would you enlist again?
That's a great question. I think it depends on the unit that you was. There's one unit that I would re-enlist with just because, they meant the world to me. Yeah, I would probably do it again. Yeah.
Okay. Then what does Veterans Day mean to you, Joel? If I can't say happy or thank you to you, what does it mean to you?
Veterans Day to me means it's a day for veterans to check on their buddies. Hey, how are you doing? That's what it means to me.
That's so awesome, Joel. That's just like you. Service to others and never yourself. We got to find some self-love for you too, though. Okay? It's coming. It's coming. Give me that damn fingernail. We'll do it. Okay, let's get Trucker Mouth up here. He's so patiently waiting. Let's get him. Joel, thank you. Oh, we got Caveman.
What's happening?
Hey, hi, sweetheart.
What's up? What's up, there?
Day be full of abundance.
Yeah, yours too. See, listen, I got this on my phone because this was unexpected.
That's okay.
So I got my laptop right here. I got my laptop here. I just don't know how to
switch it.
To get it out. Yeah.
It's okay. Let's start out by telling us your real name, not Trucker
Myers. My name is Terry Myers.
Well, Terry, it's my pleasure. And your show is called Trucker Mouth?
My stage name is Trucker Mouth, yes.
And your show?
My show is potentially going to be The Road Life. It deals with the obstacles and hardships you have to overcome on the road as being a road driver. Veterans transitioning out, getting into the trucking industry, veteran-owned companies, and women in trucking, women veterans in trucking, or women as a whole. Safety issues, whole thing to do with transportation and the whole aspect of the industry.
Thank you. And what branch were you in?
I was in the Navy.
Okay. And what were the dates that you were in?
See my shirt?
Nice. I do see that shirt.
Yeah. Can you see me okay?
I didn't have my sound guy keeps getting in there, but that's cool, man.
Can you see me okay?
I can see you, yeah.
All right, like I said, I'm sorry about this.
Yeah, no problem. So let's go into, so why did you go into the military?
Why did I go in the military?
Yeah, what was your...
Because what did I do? Well, the reason I went in the military because I was a piece of junk and needed to straighten my life out.
Okay, well, we're not going to go there. You need to have a counseling session with MJ because you're a beautiful soul. So we're not going to go with that.
Yeah, but I was in aviation. I was aviation structural mechanic aboard the USS Coral Sea from 1985 to 88. Active duty, then I went in the reserves for a couple years.
Nice. And what made you get out?
Oh.
Terry, make sure you turn your volume down so the speakers don't grab the mic.
Turn your volume down. Who are you talking to? Me?
I am. Yeah, if you turn your volume down, it won't make me bad. We don't have earbuds.
Okay, well, I won't yell then. Yeah, what made me get out was it was a bad command, and I was pretty much the same way I was in the Navy as I was a civilian. I wasn't very good. I mean, I did all right. I got out honorably and all, but I'm not real proud of myself.
So I want you to know that you on the line. You want to go into the military. You are beautiful. You are justifiable. And nobody can take that away. Ever.
Yeah.
So
I forget my passcode to the.
I want you to stop saying that you're not good enough or you're worthless or you're whatever those comments that you're making, because I don't believe that to be true about any soul that exists on this earth. I believe you're all beautiful, talented, you're in your purpose, and you're in soul purpose. And your life purpose was to exist, no matter how that looks. I honor you.
I had. Well, thank you. But again, like Joel hit it on. I don't like when people say thank you for your service, because I didn't do nothing but be an idiot. Okay. So
you made choices. When you go through those life lessons, nobody is to judge that. Not even ourselves. Remember that. So what was one of the hardest moments for you in the military when you were in?
Going to sea, just dealing with all the people. Like, I was talking to one young guy, he was thinking about going to the Army, which he ain't got a GED or nothing. And I told him he ain't getting in. But I said, you got to be able to deal with all kind of people. I mean, it's a people-based organization. I mean, yeah. So, all right. So listen here, MJ. I got my laptop here, and how do I get? I got the calendar. No, that ain't it. So I got to go back. I got to get to Facebook. Wait, what's this? Close your Gmail. I'm sorry. I have to get to Facebook. There's 3 notifications.
MJ, you're muted.
Yeah, I know. I always thought it would help muted my side, but it's just a oververbing or overlapping. Yeah. What does Veterans Day mean to you, sweetheart?
Host says, okay. Veterans Day, you're honoring the real heroes. If you ask me, the ones that didn't didn't make it, and we're celebrating them, and those that did come back and are dealing with, that's, I don't know. Sorry.
What? No, don't be sorry about anything. I love that you are facing whatever obstacles that are in your way, but you're still pushing through, and you're still a pillar of one of the most divine things that you could be, which was service to others, and you're still pushing through it. And so that's very honorable, and I want you to know that. And I enjoy this. I want to know what was one of the most memorable moments while you served.
Getting off the boat overseas and going out and having a good time, exploring new cultures and other countries and things.
That's beautiful. That is truly a beautiful thing. So, if you had to do it all again, would you do it? Would you enlist again? Would you go back in?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I tried to. Well, I tried the Army Reserves to go in the Army, and I quickly found out I did some Army Reserve time. I did AIT down at Aberdeen Proving Grounds in Maryland. I was 63 Hotel 10, which is track vehicle repairman. But the Army life was much different than the Navy was for me. So I wasn't digging it too much.
What was the difference? What did you like or what didn't you like?
The Army was way more stricter.
What was the Navy versus the Army? What was the difference in those? I mean, what didn't you like?
I like I said, the Army was much more stricter. See, I never made it to. And then the reserve unit I was at was a aggressive unit, and it was down toward Philadelphia, and it was just a rough crowd. I wasn't, I went in at 26 to Army Reserves, and I don't know. It just seemed to. All the people. It was a big training base, big reserve base, and it was tough. So I didn't like it.
Well, I get you. It wasn't for you. I mean, I was Air Force, and a lot of people don't really care for the Air Force. I think it's whatever job that you go in for is either going to make you or break you. I don't think it's the actual center itself. I could be wrong. I mean, I was never in the Army or Marines, but I can tell you that the job that you do within that uniformed service makes a whole big difference when you're in and when you come out. That's truly what I believe. Be it right, be it wrong. I don't know. Were you able to utilize your schooling that you were learned or you were taught in the Navy on the outside? Did it help you?
I'm sorry. So here's StreamYard Studio right here.
Hey, Terry, the reason why you're getting the echo is because you have one thing going on and then you have your phone video. You that right there, put that down. Put it down. Terry, put that down. Terry, put the tablet down. Put the tablet down. Do me a favor, buddy. Put the tablet down. Now sit on your hands for a second. Just sit on your hands. Sit on your hands for a second, Terry.
There you go.
Okay, now focus on her. Okay?
I have it up right here. It says accept the cookies, enter the studio. So I can get it on here right now. Okay.
You're already here.
Yeah, but okay.
How about this? We're going to take a break. You figure out your little system. And then when we come back from break, we'll get Terry right back on. We're going to do another one. We're going to do Logan Bath, which once was. And then we will figure out Terry on break. And then we'll be back with him. You're listening to nbradio.us. This is MJ with the World of Conscious Positive Thinking, where we flip old patterns and beliefs to make you feel better about yourself. It is Veterans Day today on the beautiful portal 1111. So stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Consequence, so wonderful to see you again. not shown your face around here since the last time I was in too deep. Now I've been struggling to sleep, and I have to blame that on what I have created. Always with women or drinks, some repetition of things, and that's a tired old cliche, but that does not mean that it ain't the truth. 'Cause I've been absent from you, and I've never felt less careful. Need my father, my mother, even my brother to say, you gotta get your act together, do not rewrite the days. You can still be productive, you know, without all the hate. Just need to remember who you once were. And I once was quick on the draw, and I once did admit all my flaws. I once was an honest man, and I held your hand when you had to bed. And I once was fresh like the sand. My head moved steady, honey, so did my hands. I once was blessed and true till the day that I lost you. Goodbye meaning, I've been searching too hard to find you now, like some bone in the yard, and I'll keep digging, but only when I have the time. 'Cause this world's been moving quickly, too much rhythm and rhyme, and sometimes you just gotta do what makes you feel good. And remember all those nights that you still understood how to be free, how to answer to no one, how to trust like a lover, how to lie like a son. You say this world has got you down, well honey, welcome to the club. I can hardly save enough money to go and see those I love, and we've all but found it, but we're still out of touch. I know we've lost hope a bit, baby, but I hope not too much. 'Cause we once were thicker than thieves, and we once were so much easier to please, and we once were live on the tracks when the wheels came down. You know, I had your back. And we once were younger than now, and we once were all still just plotting it out. And we once ran circles round squares just for fun. We were louder then before we gave up. My voice was something other than that. I once was walking the line, settling down, loving the time. And I once was bringing it out, and I held on tight when you were around. I once was back home again, kissed my shadow and I came through. And I once was letting it loose, and I thought of you, and I thought of truth. I once was less scared of time, and I had yours, and you had mine.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Okay, we're going to try this again. Not my sound guy. We need to get, there he is. There's Tucker. All right, here we go. We're back, Tucker. Terry Tucker. His name is Trucker Mouth, and he's going to be on a podcast here. His name is Terry. We were talking to him, and as you can see, some of our vets don't think highly of themselves. Some of them have a lot of different fears that they have to go through in life, and hopefully some of these healing Padres on here, we can grab them and tuck them into our wings, and we can help them fly as the beautiful Templars that they are. So back to you, sweetheart. So tell us now again, when we go back and we were asking you the questions of, would you go back into the military? And you said that you tried and that you couldn't. And what would be some words of wisdom that maybe you can give some people who were going into the military?
Okay, so MJ, I'm in StreamYard on my laptop, but I'm not in your studio.
No, you're good, Terry. Right now, what you're coming in perfect. So just focus on focus on MJ, and let us know. You know what would you done different?
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave this in because that's not working.
I see you.
What I done?
Sit back, brother. Sit back.
I see you.
What
I see your beautiful face.
Sit back, relax, and just focus on MJ. Don't move it.
You're perfect. You are, sweetheart. Right there. Tell me now.
Okay, so I would have been a better sailor. I wouldn't have been so reckless. And I would have picked a different MOS in the Navy because I wasn't very good as a structural mechanic. I did good in the wheel and tire for the airplanes, the aircraft. I did good there. And that's a division of AMS, aviation structural mechanic, and metal maulers. But as far as manufacturing or what's the term I'm looking for here? Someone who makes things with metal, I wasn't very good at it.
Well, not all of us can be a mixer. So, I mean, I tried to make all kind of concoctions at the bar, and I wasn't very good. I'm only kidding you. It's okay because we're finding our purpose, right? We're finding our soul purpose, or we're finding our line, and that is good. Not everything will suit us. And as long as we can say, well, I tried it, just didn't work out in my favor. You know, I tried certain things and they weren't for us, but at least you had the courage, at least you had the strife, and at least you had the love in your heart to try something, right? That is Yeah. So congratulations to you for actually putting that foot forward and not having the fear to do it. So I'm Terry, I am quite I'm very happy for you. And we need to work on you being happy for you too, with a little bit of self-love there, because we all make mistakes in our life, but we also have love in our heart. And you showed that in the best way by standing up for our country, by putting that uniform on. And I'm so thankful for you. Thank you. And I know some people don't want to be thanked, but I'm going to anyway, because I think that it is the world of you to do that. And you did it, whether you know it or not. You did it for me, and you did it for my family, and you did it for all the friends and families here in this beautiful country. And it's an honoring.
And you know, I'm just gonna work right off of MJ. You know, Terry, you came to us to do a podcast. You came to us to do a podcast so that you can help the veteran community, so that you can kind of, add a little bit of gold stars, because you feel like in the past you didn't get gold stars. Now you get that second chance. Now you get that ability to be able to get more information out for veterans to help them, because you felt like you didn't help them back then. So, that right there is a testament of your character. You're donating your time to helping others get information. So that is a positive right now, Terry.
Well, yeah. I mean, I do have a low self-esteem, and I look back on a lot of things in my life, and not proud of it, but I did some good things, and
So don't look back anymore. We're not made to look back. We are in the moment. We live in the moment. We live in the present. And anybody who wants to open up my garbage cans in the past, maybe they might think I wasn't a nice person back then, but I'm not the same person I am yesterday as I am today. So every day when you can say, I honor me today, that is the best thing that we can do with our life, right? I am a better version of myself today than I was yesterday. And that's where it all comes from. And it's very beautiful that way. I don't know who the Facebook user is that you're grateful for that your heart offers. Thank you. And I love you. I'm going to make a saying that may have been Diana, Miss Diana Khan, who was another master.
StreamYard is having issues with Facebook.
I don't know who that is, but it reminds me of something that she would say. So, but whoever that was, if it's not Diana, then thank you. Thank you so much. And be receptive. Sometimes rejection is a fear in life. Joel was kind of commenting about, when he goes just to try to get help, that rejection has some type of seed down within. So there we are, as military said, some of us are broken. Some of us need some extra balancing, but not just physical, but the metaphysical as well, to help us understand who we are and can help us understand that our choices are our life purpose. And your higher self doing it for you. And that's amazing that you keep moving forward, Terry, and you keep moving to find your soul's purpose outside of that life purpose that you were doing. And I'm honoring you, and I'm thankful for you, and all of them. And I'm aware that some people don't want the gratitude and they don't want to thank you, but I'm here to honor. However that means for you, I'm here for that. Do you have anything to add about your military experience or talk about your show?
Well, as far as the show goes, I need to find a co-host that I can jive with. And see, my character is Trucker Mouse, so I have to be, comical to a point, and also be serious. I just got to find the right. I've been talking to some people around here, and I don't know. We didn't really hear MBR radio around here. The VA told me about it. I didn't even know about MBR radio.
Well, there's a lot of military broadcast radios on site. Podcasting is fairly new for the generations that are not engrossed like myself into technology. So
it's a big new thing, though.
Shoot yourself. Right. Just don't shoot yourself in the foot. Know that there's a time, and it was divine time that we found MBR, and it was a divine blessing that we found MBR to actually be that voice. And then the divine opening for you to be part of that family is just another beautiful world for you. Does that make sense?
Well, great. And I must tell you, this is a welfare phone, and I'm running out of data, and it looks like it's good ready to stop letting me talk to you. It's acting weird. Okay. So
I appreciate you, and I'm going to give you a beautiful blessing. May the angels carry you with grace, hope, love, happiness, and abundance of what it is that you desire most on today and all days. But manifest on that portal for yourself to go forward in life and what you desire most.
Yes, Terry. Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you so much,
Terry. You too, Joel. Yeah, and next time I'll have it on here. I'll be ready.
I believe you. I do believe you. I know that because you are that beautiful that you're going to get it all aligned for yourself.
Yeah, and I was talking to Jose Flores, on the MBR chat there, but actually on Facebook there, and he was saying, where was I going with this? I was talking to him about the podcast. And I told him, I'm happy to be part of this, trying to be part of this. I mean, people do a lot of great things for veterans, this and that. Joe and them's all great people. They tried a whole lot to do for the veterans, and I just feel positive just even, talking to you people. And I sent you a friend request a while back, and I don't know what happened to it.
So my friend request, I'll go to MJ Gonzalez. If you try to do it to a longer version of my name, that is really for like my immediate family. So I always have a different one. So MJ Gonzalez, and I promise if you're requesting, I will be right there on it. I hit request. I'm trying to get a lot of people in the podcast. I have like just a couple of them. I hit it, add friend for request, but it something happened with it. It didn't go. Buggers. Well, I'll find you. Don't you worry. I'll get on my MJ Gonzalez and I'll find you, Terry, and I'll put that in there. And just let you know, Terry Lynch of Tracer Rounds, she's saying we got you, Terry. So she's backing. So there she is backing you as well. So we'll get you organized and we'll get you moving forward. Have a beautiful 11/11 portal today. Have an awesome first podcast. I know it's coming up soon, so enjoy it. Enjoy the journey.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Thank you very much, MJ.
You are very welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Have a good one, hun. Thank you.
All right, guys. Love you. See you later. I'm leaving.
So, folks, as you can see, sometimes saying Happy Veterans Day to some people who are still hurting, still lost within, it could be a trigger. Please don't take it personally. Please don't get your over sensories going for that. They mean well. They do. And there's a lot of trauma sometimes that our beautiful veterans, they just can't say a positive thing. We need help for them. And this is hopefully one of the shows that can help them shake those old belief patterns. And I don't care who you were in the past. Again, as long as you are better today than you were yesterday, then you are fulfilling every obligation that you have in your own life, right? Because we have to make the strides to improve. Sometimes we put on our plate a lot of different things that are going to be our life lessons that we have to learn. And some people are not going to like it. We're not born just pure evil. There's nobody like that. We're not, right? We consist of what we is that we make ourselves to be. And when we put our best foot forward, who's to say anything different? That would be judgment and ego. That's man's judgment, man's ego. To do some bad things to others, we have to question our actions, or we have to question ourselves, why? Why did we choose that? Why did we choose to have that? Was it because we were taught that? Did our social peers and our pressures teach us those things? Did our family teach us those things? Man, right? Man really hurts man. Man's voice. So remember our words, remember our actions, right? Even as beautiful veterans, the Templars, we don't need to use vulgarity and rudeness and be unkind. You don't have no idea what somebody's going through out there. It hurts. Sometimes it really hurts because their interpretation center is not going to be your same interpretation center, whether you followed in that path or not. So honor, love, and validate, no matter how much somebody thinks about them. But once you have somebody who's very low on themselves, raise them. That's what the military does. It doesn't leave anybody out. Never another man. We always pick up that one man and we support them. That's why Military Broadcast Radio is so special. Because they value and honor every single person, no matter what they think of themselves or no matter who perceives anything different. It's an equal opportunity, male, female. It is energies, whatever energies you so forward want to come forth with. We honor. We have to. That's who we are. We don't say, hey, I'm going to put on my uniform and I'm only going to protect X, Y, and Z. No, we didn't do that. We didn't do that. It is for all. We are about all. We are about every individual out there. And we're here to share that love, that laughter. And we are here to balance the equations across the board so that everybody can rely in peace. That we don't have to be in tanks or helicopters or airplane or ground foot and just using objects and people as target practice. We don't want that. That's not what we're here for. And it hurts my heart that there's people out there who don't know how to heal or can't heal, or they don't have, and this is the old cliche, they don't have the money to heal. There are people out there who are here as a voice and here to try to help no matter what. They're always here to help. Reach out, find them, right? Remember to balance both sides. Sometimes what we feel in the physical may not be because of the metaphysical, and vice versa. So don't do one without the other, because they both go together so beautifully hand in hand. Anyway, so I hope Terry gets his stuff all organized there. And I just want to give thanks and praise for every single person who put on that uniform, even the first responders. I know it's Veterans Day, but I don't want to leave them out. Thank you for putting on that uniform. And I'm going to say that I am honorably and graciously humbled that you did that with no thought about yourself. That's the hard part with most of our veterans. They don't love themselves enough to understand what they're doing is the love for all, including themselves. So find those veterans who need that love, especially self-love and admiration, and pick them up today. Even if you know that they are disabled or they're mentally distraught, don't tell them thank you. Tell them, how can I help you? What can make your life a little bit easier today? Let me be that voice. Let me be that person to raise you in your vibration, to bring you to the happiest point, to know that you truly are a child of God. You truly are the God of divine right, Father, Mother, God. You were there to help and assess when needed most. Just didn't randomly choose to put that uniform on. It was a life purpose. Now let's figure out that soul purpose, especially if you're out of the military now and you are that beautiful veteran. With honor and grace, this is MJ. I am with the World of Conscious Positive Thinking. Go out and celebrate. Go to the memorial sites. If you're in Washington, D.C., the most beautiful thing is the cemetery there. Go and look at the soldier and the unknown, the tomb of the unknown soldiers. Go look at our forefathers who have already gone through this, right? Don't forget, you're in the portal today, the 1111. Manifest that God's one true gift, which is love, balance, peace, and enjoyment into your heart, into your soul. Smile. Smile. Look in the mirror and smile. I want every veteran out there to look in the mirror. I don't care what it is. And you smile and you say, you're the bomb. You are the bomb. You're the bomb to me, and you're the bomb to many who honor every day that you open up those beautiful eyes. So we'll be back next Monday right here, 9 a.m. on MBR Talk, Instagram, what else? Facebook, Twitch,
TikTok,
Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, the plethora of them. Thank you, Jersey Mike's, Dunkin' Donuts, LT Tactical. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting that Colorado studio that brings our voice to life. Joel, and to you, my friend, to bring all these vets together. How honorable. Thank you. Thank you. So now I have to find an exit. Do we have an exit? We have an exit. Ooh, look at the exit. Trace arounds.
I got the exit.
Okay. I love you too, Terry. Thank you. All right. We'll see you next week on the World of Conscious Positive Thinking. You're listening to MJ. 9 a.m. See you then, folks. Mwah. Enjoy your day.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us, giving our veterans a voice.